Hey guys, so this is a product review for Covergirl Trublend liquid makeup. Now, as I stated in a previous video, I'm not sure if they just changed the packaging and are like re-promoting this product, or if the formula has changed. Not sure on that. Can't compare it to the old one because I don't have the old one and I never tried it. So this is going to be an independent review of this new repackaged, possibly reformulated product. So what do you need to know about this makeup? First and foremost, you need to know that this is a water-based makeup, which is a little unusual in the world of liquid makeups because most of them do have oils or other ingredients that emulate oils in them. But this is water-based. So the first thing that you need to know is when you put your moisturizer on, like let's say you take a shower in the morning and you get out and you put face moisturizer on. You're gonna have to wait a little bit to do your makeup because you don't want to put this on directly over your moisturizer because oil and water don't mix and you're not going to get a good application. So just give your skin some time to absorb the oil in your moisturizers before you begin. By the way, should have said right off the bat how much I paid for this. This was $8.49 at Target, which I feel is, you know, a reasonable amount of money to pay for a liquid foundation. Anything under $10 I think is, you know, more than reasonable nowadays because you can even spend more than $10 for a foundation from the drugstore. The prices are, you know, a little higher than they were once upon a time. So anyways, yeah, $8.49 at Target. And okay, so it's a water-based foundation, and as far as the actual packaging goes, I don't like this cap that's on here. I find, you know, it comes off, but it's just a little awkward, and the product gets all over the inside of the cap, and I've only used this 3 times. So considering I've only used it 3 times, that's pretty messy. So I think if this were going to be my only foundation, I would just leave the cap off and just leave it on my makeup table. Or if you do your makeup in the bathroom, just leave it on the bathroom counter because otherwise it's going to get kind of messy. As far as, oh, and it comes in a pump, so that's always nice because we don't always get that with our foundations. So yay on that. I bought it in the shade L2 Classic Ivory, and I was really torn between Classic Ivory and L3, which I believe was called Natural Ivory. And I think I went with the right one, but really, how would I know unless I had bought both and compared the two? But it seems like it's a pretty good match for me right now, but once winter is over and I start getting some sun, I know this is going to be way too light for me. But for now, it seems to be a good match. So the actual amount of product that is dispensed from the pump, one pump seems like it's just about the right amount. And one day I did put more than one pump because I wanted to see how buildable this was, and it is in fact quite buildable. You can pretty much put, you know, as much as you want to put to get the coverage that you want to cover whatever it is you need to cover, whether it be acne scars, uneven pigmentation, you know, whatever your problem might be. So it is definitely buildable, and that is one of the great things about a water-based foundation. In comparison to other water-based foundations that I have tried, great product. Congratulations, Covergirl, you did a great job with this. I don't know if you reformulated it or not, but if you did, this is awesome, you guys. I normally don't like water-based foundations. I find them to be a bit tacky on the skin and they don't dry properly. Good example, if you've ever tried MAC Face and Body Foundation, makeup artists rave about that foundation, but I personally do not like it because I don't like the way it feels on my skin. I don't like how much I have to use of it. This is not like that at all. This dries to a nice consistency, and you can pretty much, you know, put as much as you want, and it isn't going to look cakey, and it isn't going to be tacky, and it's going to dry down rather quickly. Now, as far as powder goes, no, let's back up. Let's talk about, I'm going to talk about other products that I tried using with this. Let's talk about primers. You cannot use this with something like the new Baby Skin, Maybelline Baby Skin Pore Eraser, or Maybelline Baby Skin, yeah, isn't that the name of it? You don't want to use that product with this because that silicone ingredient in the Maybelline Baby Skin is not going to work well with this water-based foundation. However, the L'Oreal Magic Anti-Redness color corrector that I normally use, it does work okay with that. It goes on fine over that particular product. So it's going to be a matter of trial and error. If you like to start off with some type of a primer, you're just going to have to see how it goes. But anything that's like really high in silicone, or anything that is an oil-based primer, it's not going to work. So you just might want to keep that in mind if you feel like it doesn't apply as well as it should, or as well as I'm saying it does. And it does apply very easily. I used a couple different foundation brushes, and it didn't seem to matter which one I used. It went on really nicely, blends into the skin seamlessly. Put as much or as little on as you want. Now, as far as powders go, I was reading on the Covergirl website, and they were saying how the Covergirl Trublend powder was formulated to especially to work with the foundation. And I thought, oh man, I don't want to buy another powder, because powder products last so long. I mean, if you buy, whether it be a container of loose powder or a powder and a compact, I mean, you're going to have that for a long, long time. And I have so many that I really didn't want to buy yet another powder to add to my collection. So what I decided to do was just test it out with some different powders that I already had. And what I discovered was, if you put a mineral type powder over it, such as, well, I tried it with the Maybelline Mineral Power Powder Foundation. It's too heavy. It really doesn't look that great over it. I mean, it didn't look horrible, but I knew that it could look better. So then I thought, okay, what else can I try? So this morning I was trying to think of something that would be similar to the Covergirl Trublend powder, and I thought that this might be. So I used my MAC Select Sheer Pressed Powder. And it is, you know, it's just a sheer pressed powder. When you swatch it, you know, you're not going to get real heavy coverage out of this, but that's the type of powder that works best with this. Also, I found that it doesn't, if you're going to apply powder over this foundation, a brush is not necessarily the way to go. I found that the best finish that I got was to take those puffs that we never use and pick up the product that way and just press it into my skin instead of using a brush. And I really like I think, you know, once I was done, I think it looked really natural, but yet I had a nice amount of coverage. I only used one pump of foundation today because I wanted to do what I felt like most people would do. Most people aren't gonna just keep caking it on. So when I was all done, I liked the finish that it gave me, and I was happy with that. So do I recommend this product? Absolutely. I think this is a fantastic water-based foundation. Now, for me personally, I prefer foundations that have oils in them because I have super dry skin. But even though I used this water-based foundation with a powder over it, and I've done this now 3 days using a variety of products, I don't feel like it aggravated my dry skin, but it probably didn't do it any favors either. I would imagine that over time it would probably get drier if I kept on using this. But it is a very nice product, and if you have a problem with breakouts or oily skin, you would probably love this, I would imagine. But then again, oil and water don't mix, so maybe not. I don't know. I can only speak from my own experience because I have dry skin. But yeah, this is a very, very nice foundation. And if you were curious about it, I don't think you would be disappointed. Covergirl Trublend Liquid Makeup. The color range on this seemed to be pretty good. They had a lot of varieties of shades and tones, and I think everybody would probably find something that was, if not an exact match, a match that was close enough. So if you have any specific questions that, you know, I didn't address in this video, please feel free to ask me in the comment section. And that's it, you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.